Hello, welcome to HITC Sport. Right, let's take a look back at that January transfer window, look at every Premier League club and pick one potential move speculated in the media that apparently collapsed. Just like the springs in Rebel Wilson's bed. Arsenal Samuel Umtiti. Yeah, so apparently Arsenal were knocked back by Barcelona defender Samuel Umtiti in January. I mean, I don't blame him. Arsenal are halfway down the Premier League. This fella is 26 and French, so yeah, growing up, I wouldn't be surprised if this lad idolised the Invincibles. But asking a current Barcelona defender if they'd like to sign up to play in a defence with David Luiz, hovering just 7 points above the drop zone, I'm not surprised Umtiti said no. That is, if this story is true at all. I mean, considering the source, I wouldn't be surprised if this rumour was just dreamt up by some bored journalist on the toilet. Aston Villa Christophe PIATEK. Yeah, I touched on this one in another video, but Christophe PIATEK, the former Genoa goal machine and AC Milan bench warmer, turned down a Premier League move to Aston Villa to link up with a relegation threatened Hertha Berlin. And for those fans that told me I was just ignorant of Hertha's clear ambitions,
oh, don't you know they're spending big? They even wanted to get Granit Xhaka.
Yes, because trying to sign Granit Xhaka is the height of ambition. I mean, lads, it's all well and good having money, but they're still just 5 points above the Bundesliga drop zone. I know Aston Villa are in a relegation scrap too, but is a move to a Premier League club not more profitable and better for your career, putting you in shop windows than just signing up to play mid-table Bundesliga football? Bournemouth Josh King. Considering Bournemouth didn't really sniff around too many players this month, let's talk about Josh King, because apparently he could have wound up back at Manchester United after his former club, you know, the team who spat him out to Blackburn for nothing in 2013, like he was a piece of fluff found in their belly button. They've now decided that no, they actually want him back. As if that club hadn't embarrassed themselves enough by spending big to bring back players they'd previously rejected. Now they were honestly prepared to spend £30 million on a 28-year-old Josh King, a man with just 3 goals in 17 games this season, one of which came against them. If Bournemouth weren't trapped in a stuffy relegation battle, they would probably have taken the money and run. Brighton Glenmurray. Yeah, Brighton were pretty quiet this month, but according to reports, they nearly flogged a 36-year-old Glenn Murray to Manchester United. Apparently the club considered a move for him, chose Odion Ighalo instead. Murray then went on to grab his first goal of the season and was rewarded with a new 1-year extension. But imagine if he had walked through the door at Old Trafford. Christ! Odion Ighalo's bad enough. Burnley Ronaldo VIEIRA. Imagine being a footballer and being called Ronaldo VIEIRA. Christ, the weight of expectation. But apparently the former Leeds midfielder, now at Sampdoria, was asked if he wanted to move to Burnley. Clearly, he didn't. Chelsea SALOMON Rondon. And I could touch on that $5 million deal for Dries Mertens that collapsed. But no, let's touch on SALOMON Rondon. Clearly, top 4 clubs have now decided that the best way to strengthen their grip on Champions League is by shopping in the Asian market for over-the-hill footballers. Apparently though, actually Daniel Yafang offered Rondon in a loan deal to Chelsea. Not sure why, considering Rafa Benitez clearly has wet dreams over that man's hold-up play, but according to these rumours, that's exactly what happened. And had Olivier Giroud not been so fussy about his potential destination and actually left the club, then yeah, Rondon would now be a Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea fans would be getting sick in the toilet. Crystal Palace Yannick CARRASCO. I mean, this transfer was never going to happen, was it?
Crystal Palace and Yannick CARRASCO loan talks to Daniel Yafang.
Yeah, I can imagine how those talks went. Probably some senior Crystal Palace director chancing his arm with a cheeky phone call to Yannick Carrasco's agent, who was already weighing up a return to Atletico Madrid at the time. I'm guessing Carrasco's agent quickly hung up and chucked his phone down the toilet. Everton Richarlison. Is this actually true? What I'm hearing is that Everton actually turned down a bid of £85 million from Barcelona for Richarlison. Is this the world we currently live in, where Everton are able to reject that sort of cash? I remember 10 years ago when 80 million was enough to prize Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably the best player on the planet, out of Manchester United's cold dead hands. I mean, they had no choice. It was 80 million bastard pounds. And yet here we are in 2020, where someone like Everton, a club lying 9th in the league and 8 points off top 4, actually being able to turn down that sort of fee for a lad with less than 25 goals for the club. Lads, by all accounts, this was mental. But then again, I suppose we do now live in a world where square-headed centre-backs shaped like fridges command that sort of transfer fee. Leicester Yannick VESTERGAARD. Apparently Leicester had a 25 million bid for Yannick VESTERGAARD, a man who was recently formed part of a defence that conceded 9 at home, rejected by Southampton. Listen, I'm not saying VESTERGAARD is a terrible excuse for a footballer. Clearly, he's quite decent. But 25 million, is he worth that? Liverpool ISCO. Okay, this can't be true, can it? ISCO, apparently apparently, Liverpool had a 60 million bid rejected by Real Madrid for ISCO. Alright, I don't really believe this, but if they did, and if they were knocked back like the media is trying to say, then I don't think they should be too disappointed. I mean, they've won all but one Premier League game this season. They're going to have the league wrapped up in mid-March. Clearly, they don't need to spend 60 million quid on someone sitting on the Real Madrid bench. Man City, KRZYSZTOF. Yeah, apparently, according to reports, Man City began the month with a failed 38 million bid for Leicester defender KRZYSZTOF. You know what? I wouldn't actually find that too hard to believe, considering that club desperately need a few defenders. But to be fair, 38 million pounds for a man Leicester paid 20 million for just a few months ago. No wonder they didn't accept it. For Christ's sake, last summer they were selling defenders for 80 million quid. 38 million? Pfft. Pocket change. Man United, Jude Bellingham. Where do you start with Man United? According to reports, that club went sniffing around every bang average striker in the top flight. I've already touched on the Josh King deal that collapsed, and Glenn Murray, so how about Jude Bellingham? Apparently the club failed in a £20 million bid for the teenage 16-year-old kid, a guy still earning just £145 per week. I know Man United aren't exactly a superpower anymore, and the last time they won a league title he was 9 years old, but can you imagine the pay rise he'd have got at Old Trafford? He'd have been getting wages of at least 20 grand a week. Think how many Pokemon cards he can get for that, or whatever it is 16-year-olds do with their spare time these days. Newcastle, BOUBAKARY SOUMARE. Yeah, remember BOUBAKARY SOUMARE? The Lille midfielder linked with both Chelsea and Man United earlier in the month? Well, apparently Newcastle failed with a late 35 million bid for him. Yet another central midfielder. After already snapping up Nabil Bentaleb, with the most exciting brother partnership in world football, already struggling to make the team. And by the way, if you tell me that, that's utter pig bollocks. Sorry, what other set of brothers do you know getting linked with both Manchester United and both Milan clubs? The fact that Newcastle were willing to spend £35 million on another midfielder when they've only got 3 centre forwards and one of them is Dwight Gale. I mean, apparently the club failed in a low move for Olivier Giroud, so instead of dusting themselves down and chucking 20 million quid at Jared Bowen from Hull, they decide to eye up yet another costly midfielder. It just doesn't make any sense. And do you know what their tactics for negotiations were? In persuading this man to sign for the Toon, they apparently got Alan Saint-Maximin to show him around the training ground on FaceTime. With expert professionalism like that, I'm surprised he said no. Norwich TEEMU PUKKI. Yeah, here's Manchester United yet again, rifling through the phone book for any bang average striker they can find. TEEMU PUKKI, yeah, apparently Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was inquiring about taking him. Yeah, I know he started the season like a house on fire and was a must-have for every fantasy league manager on the planet. But the goals have since dried up, the PUKKI party has stopped. He's quickly beginning to seem like a half a season wonder. Actually, not even half. PUKKI was a third a season wonder. His goals dried up in mid-September. I'm not sure how concrete this interest actually was, but apparently Norwich point blank refused to give away their only source of goals in the midst of a relegation dogfight. Fair enough, but God, what an underwhelming signing he'd have been. Where once that club were bringing in Celtic legends, now they're supposedly sniffing around Celtic flops. Sheffield United, nobody. Sorry lads, not much happened at Bramall Lane this window, alright? Ravel Morrison was turfed out to Middlesbrough, and the only player you wanted to sign, you did, so sorry lads, no collapse moves here. Southampton, Che Adams. I've said this before, I have absolutely no idea how this deal didn't come off. Seriously, what happened? Leeds United, on the promotion trail, had 3 loan offers rejected for Che Adams. By the way, with an obligation to buy for 20 million quid at the end of the season. And Southampton didn't take it? I've absolutely no idea why. You've essentially been given an opportunity to right your wrong, admit Che Adams has been a complete and utter flop, just try and pretend that sheer act of financial recklessness in the summer never happened. Tottenham, Odion Ighalo.
The reason Odion Ighalo rejected Tottenham to seal a surprise Man United loan deal on deadline day.
Okay, you know that video where he spoke at length about how terrible Odion Ighalo is and what a dreadful signing he is for Manchester United? Listen, I'm not gonna keep banging that drum today, alright? But Spurs, they must feel pretty sheepish. The fact that they actually wanted to take him on loan to fill the void left by Harry Kane's injury, that alone is not very dignified, but for him to turn them down. Watford, Ben Gibson. Remember Ben Gibson? A bit like the Che Adams one. Burnley and Sean Dyche were being given an out. Listen, you drastically overpaid for something you never use. 50 million quid for a guy who struggles to make your bench. But Watford were willing to take him off your hands on deadline day. In a loan deal that would somehow breathe a bit of life back into this guy's career. But Sean Dyche said no. West Ham, Aaron Long.
West Ham had a bid rejected for New York Red Bulls centre back Aaron Long.
Listen, this guy is a nearly 28-year-old offender who's never played a minute of football outside the States. And just 3 years ago, was playing for the New York Red Bulls second string. He didn't even make his debut for his country until he was 26 years of age. But it dodged. Wolves, Nelson Oliveira. Right, Nelson Oliveira, the former Norwich and Reading striker who probably still has PTSD flashbacks over the size of Tyrone Mings' feet. He's currently out in Greece with AEK Athens and was apparently earmarked to be the replacement for Patrick Cutrone at Wolves. Apparently, the Wolves were knocked back twice, with Athens pretty furious about their lowly bids. The man's release clause is £5.5 million. pocket change to most Premier League owners, and yet Wolves still refuse to match it. I guess deep down they don't even believe he's that good. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. Let me know, what do you think? Do you know any deals that collapsed at your club? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to go like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.